Good evening, everyone. What's up? Just ate a satisfying meal and topped it off with me dessert. This is Mr. Hot speaking. Previously, there were a couple school rants a few days ago, and there were a few weather videos and a few rants, etc. Today is going to be a rant featuring Troy Devinney because he came up with the idea, and second
Yo,
guest is Zach Attack 1001, aka Zach Kotalik. What is up, gentlemen?
yo.
We're going to be doing an hour rant on school. Every aspect about school is going to be mentioned in this rant, whether it's the school lunch, the dress code, the classes, the clubs, the classrooms, etc. Oh, almost every aspect will be involved in this rant. Who's ready to rant on school from 1 hour? What topic to start off with, gentlemen?
Dress code.
Why is there even a dress code? It's like, people look unprofessional at school. People just look so unprofessional at school nowadays. They act like they dress like 5-year-olds to school. And what else is wrong with the dress code? Let's see.
Why can't we letters?
Why can't people wear coats to class? What if it's freezing? What if the power goes out?
It's screwed.
And why can't people go to school with disguises on? Maybe they don't want to show their face. Why can't people wear gas masks to school? And why can't they wear helmets? What if they're pro athletes and need to wear helmets? And why isn't there any nudity at school either? What's life without nudity? Come on, school. School seriously needs to just grow up and step up their game with that dress code.
And why do we always have to wear these freaking uniforms?
Yeah, the uniforms. Public schools don't wear uniforms, but some of the uniforms aren't even appropriate. It's like, what on earth?
They only care about the money and that's it.
Some uniforms look cool, but some just do not. And what on earth, school? Like, why can't people wear caps? Wear those knitted caps to school either. They can't wear them in class. And why can't people wear hoods in class either? What if they're from the hood and want to promote the hood to their class? They can't do that. What if they're doing it for the ghetto?
Are they gonna force us to wear diapers?
Ugh! They make people do that in preschool. And diapers are useless.
I know, why they are disgusting.
You once said it.
And I stopped thank God.
The school's dress code is as poor. Most people dress unprofessionally to school, and they don't allow people to wear helmets, knitted caps, hoods, coats. Well, they allow people to wear coats in college, but not in high school, middle, or elementary school. And what else do they not let people wear? They don't allow people to wear, what is that? It might be inappropriate, but people can't wear robes to school. Why can't people wear robes to school? Robes look cool. What if they're a Zen master? They want to wear robes, let them wear robes. Sorry if that was off topic, though. Anything else to say about the dress code? The dress code fails miserably. Like, the dress code isn't even poorly structured. What's that?
Either fix the dress code or don't have a dress code at all.
Yeah, seriously, school. It's like, why on earth? This may be sounding inappropriate. Why
I
can't?
just said that. My opinion, I think that dress code is faded away time.
It depends. I mean, some school uniforms are cool, some are not. It depends on the school uniform. That's just a personal preference, though.
Yeah.
Ugh. Like,
School lunches.
alright, Troy, are you guys ready to rant on school lunches?
Yes. Yep.
Ugh! School lunches are another aspect that is wrong with school. They're another aspect of why school sucks. It's like, look at the school lunch. Here's an example of a well-known school lunch. A styrofoam tray, which is a waste of resources. Why would they serve food on a styrofoam tray? They get thrown out. And want to know something else? Yeah.
Well, at my school, they don't styrofoam trays. Like, use these like these hard trays.
It's better. That's what they're supposed to do.
And like they wash them and reuse them. That's what they do.
Only some school districts do that. Not every school district does that, sadly. And there are plenty of.
My district uses a freaking styrofoam plate.
Seriously, styrofoam is not reusable. It's one use only, and it's not It's barely even biodegradable. It might not even be that. And also, what else? It's not eco-friendly at all. Like, it has to be. It may not even be able to be used as mulch. It depends. It's barely compostable. Ugh. What else is wrong with the school lunch? What other aspects does one not like about them?
Oh, mac and cheese had to be so healthy.
They're not even healthy, and they're not even healthy. Look, it's this measly.
And guess what? They don't even give you a very portion. Like they just give the small portion.
Is
like,
that
it's not enough.
Are they purposely doing it?
It's like they want kids to starve.
What on earth, school? Don't do that. And what's up with the free lunch nonsense? 40% of this country's on free lunch, and yet they have all these electronics. That makes no sense either. No offense to the people who have free lunch, though. That makes no sense either. That's just wasting tax dollars. Oh yeah, speaking of the unhealthy aspect of free lunch, most of the free lunch is usually just a measly slice of pizza that's oily and greasy and is thrown onto the styrofoam plate. It looks like somebody's winky got chopped off, even though that's inappropriate. Sorry about that.
And with the pizza, why does it have baby dough?
Yeah.
And they claim that every healthy.
They lie to students saying that food's healthy just because there's a piece of fruit and whatever else is in it. Just because there's a piece of fruit does not make this school lunch healthy. Just because there's one little piece of fruit.
And why do we get the stupid pizza every day?
And why it's like. Sorry, Zach. Please continue.
The only drink they like milk.
Milk isn't even necessary. I mean, milk is not that healthy.
Yeah.
I mean, milk is just calories in a carton.
If you're gonna give us a drink,
people aren't even supposed to be drinking calories unless they exercise every day. Unless people do vigorous exercise almost every day, they don't need milk. Milk is just because people are not supposed to be drinking calories because that makes people gain weight. And the school's asking people to take milk. Well, it's optional, and people can't get their money back if they don't take it. But chocolate milk is only healthy when people are exercising at least an hour a day, doing meaningful, not this gym class nonsense. We'll get to that later in the rant. But it's like they don't even. It's all dairy too. What if someone can't have milk? They don't even have any other options. They don't have rice milk. They don't have soy milk. They don't have rice milk.
They can at least have, like, bottled water or something.
That's a waste of money, too, but at least they could
Or at
actually
least have water or something.
Yeah, that actually would be a little better if they had people bring their own water bottles and be able to refill them. That actually does happen at some schools, but milk, all they have is non-fat milk. They have 1% milk. Sometimes they have full-fat milk, whole milk, and they have chocolate milk. They don't have strawberry milk at every school, and they don't have any non-dairy alternatives like the rice milk, the soy milk, the cashew milk, the hazelnut milk, etc. Which those are a little expensive. Those are cheap to make, though. These are fairly cheap to make, those, and almond milk, etc.
Yeah, but at least at my school they have like other drinks than just milk.
Yeah, but it costs a lot more money, and they're bottled. That's a waste of packaging. Why would they buy bottled beverages? That is an utter waste of money and packaging. People are paying not only for the convenience, but they're paying for the water and packaging in the process of buying it.
Why do people care about money? The only thing that is not full packaging, the only drink at my school that is not full packaging is the slushies.
Seriously, that's it? The slushies?
Security warning.
No, bad computer. Sorry about that, gentlemen. The computer was being naughty as usual. Apologies to their interruption of the
But to tell you the truth, slushies are healthy too.
What? Please repeat that again, Mr. Catholic.
But to tell you the truth, slushies are kind of unhealthy.
Yeah, they're just empty calories. That's all slushies really are. But the slushies are so expensive. Slushies are cheap. And they're as bad as 7-Eleven's ripoff. Their ripoff like 7-Eleven is for their slushies. No offense to the people who like 7-Eleven, though. It's only an opinion.
Oh, I have an idea of one of the worst school ones ever.
What? Oh!
It's like a security message.
Shut up, computer. Seriously. Be quiet.
You will be guided for the removal of the adware spyware virus on your computer. Seeing these pop up.
Be quiet, computer. Sorry about that, gentlemen.
If they're giving us all these unhealthy drinks, why can't we have soda?
And besides, yeah, seriously, milk is barely even healthier than soda. It's just basically calories in a carton. And besides, why would they be selling cans of soda? And if they're having all those sugary lemonades and sugary fruit beverages and sugary iced teas, they're just as bad for one as soda. Look at the calories in them. Some of them have almost as many calories as one can of soda does. Just read the ingredients facts.
There's this one sparkling beverage called Switch.
Switch, yeah. That's not healthy either.
Guess how much
and Powerade isn't even needed.
It has.
And why would they be selling freaking Powerade? Nobody needs Powerade. Nobody needs Powerade at lunch. And besides, it's expensive. Why don't you just buy their Gatorade mix in bulk and just give the students that? That is infinitely cheaper than buying those bottled beverages masquerading as food products. Back to you, Mr. Catholic.
They should have a fountain. They should have soda, but they have it in a fountain, Taco Bell.
They should have the fountain sodas. Yeah, they're unhealthy, but milk isn't even that much healthier than soda.
Yeah, if they're gonna, that would be way cheaper than
this bottled beverage nonsense.
Stuff.
No more bottled beverages. Bottled beverages solves nothing. They solve nothing. Sorry for inappropriate grammar, gentlemen. Wow, it seems like the school is not even putting effort at all into what they're supposed to be doing. How lazy can school just get?
They care about the freaking money.
And the school lunches are overpriced. For the people who are not on free or reduced lunch, which is a half the population, a little more, They have to spend, their lunch is not cheap. And it's like,
why? It's like, come on, it's
like bad school. No doing that. Thought school knows better than that. School should have known better than that.
I have an idea of one of what school wants to have. I think I said sorry about their burritos.
Oh, their burritos are messy farts wrapped up in a flour tortilla. It looks like diarrhea. Their burritos look like diarrhea wrapped up and hidden in a flour tortilla.
I never ate the burrito.
Don't. It's just diarrhea. It literally looks like diarrhea. It looks like diarrhea and jizz into a flour tortilla. That's what it looks like. We're not even kidding either.
You know what? Just screw school.
Yeah.
You know what? You know what would be cool? If we could have restaurants.
They actually do that in college, dude. They actually do that in college. But they're expensive, sadly. But they're expensive.
Not just, they do, they only do it in college, high school.
Want to know something? We don't even get free refills in college. It costs $2 just for a fountain beverage. It's $1 just for a 12-ounce fountain beverage. One can't even get refills. Bad college. And screw that. Are they that obsessed with money? They're not stingy. They're even Master Zen is not as stingy as they are. They're even more stingy than Mr. Krabs. It makes Mr. Krabs look like a superhero, literally. The school lunches. And even that is a false comment.
Even at places like Taco, they actually have refills. Oh, here's something even worse. Their hamburgers.
Their hamburgers got rocks in them. Not kidding.
I could not finish the hamburgers one time.
The hamburgers got rocks in them. Did they smuggle those? Did they smuggle rocks into their school lunch?
Oh, guys, they care about money again. My school's hamburgers makes McDonald's hamburgers look.
And they're not even filling. The hamburgers are supposed to be filling. They're like a snack-sized hamburger, literally.
It makes McDonald's hamburgers look better.
Yeah, it actually makes McDonald's hamburgers look like world-class food, literally.
At least I would eat a hamburger from McDonald's over that crappy school hamburger.
Yeah, we're even giving McDonald's more credit. Thanks to how bad school lunch is.
Oh, they're hot dogs.
Ugh! That is disrespectful to men.
Disrespectful to men. Oh, I hate hot dogs.
Hot dogs? Ugh. Thank God they don't serve bathwursts. Those are nasty too. It's stale. It's even worse than Subway's bread. So no offense to the people who like Subway either.
It's like, why can't the school give us those?
And it's like sandwiches it's like they don't even have any healthy options at school. None of their food is even. It's like they barely even let people even have any fruits and vegetables. They limit them. They only let them take one little fruit, and they don't even let them take that many vegetables.
To tell the truth, my school actually has a pretty good amount of options.
They better, or
Security
they should be
warning.
sued. Shut up, computer. Sorry about that, gentlemen. Computer is just misbehaving again. But they should have a salad bar. We should have unlimited salad. They should let people have as much salad as they want. This is cheaper than Pizza Hut. The school lunches make the Pizza Hut buffet look like world-class food even. And even that's not even a compliment they get every day. Ugh. Take that, school lunch. Take that.
Yeah.
Thought they could actually...
Seriously, guys, bring your own lunches.
Yeah, we bring our own lunches. Mr. Hoster brings his own lunch.
Don't waste your money.
Well, Troy, if you're on free lunch, you get the school lunch anyway. Well, Tyra's on free lunch, and same with all of our other friends. So they're on free lunch, so they get to eat because of the tax money that's paid. I mean, we bring our own lunches. What's that?
I'm not on free lunch, so.
Wait, you are Catholic?
No, I'm not.
No, same here. Never was, never will be. In college, there's none of that either. We brought our own lunch for 2 years straight. A true story, never bought a school lunch after sophomore year in high school. Never again. Because they were a ripoff and they weren't filling. And they charged money for ranch. They even charged 40 cents for ranch. What next? They're going to charge money for condiments? Yeah. Serve condoms on a plate if one could. School lunches are disrespectful to the world of food. They're even more disrespectful than the bad food reviews. And no, I'm sorry for getting you in trouble yesterday, Zach, about those. I mean, they're as disrespectful as a bad food review, which they're quite disrespectful to the food product itself. It's like school lunches, they look inappropriate. Look at that. A hot dog, disrespectful. The man looks like a Winky. And then whatever else. The burritos look like diarrhea or vomit wrapped in a flour tortilla. And their taco salads look like somebody barfed on a plate, even though they taste good. Ugh, they look like barf on a plate, the taco salads.
Ew.
Not kidding. Even though taco salad's the most popular school lunch back in high school, the school in general, they look like barf, though. It's like, make the school lunch look a little better, for Pete's sake. Is that too much to ask for? And sorry for just rambling about this, but this is going to be an hour rant, so we need to keep ranting until we run out of ideas. And if we run out of ideas, we're going to do a second part to this rant, possibly. And it's like, school, learn to make school lunches. Are they that lazy so they just buy this pre-made pizza?
Why did the freaking school care about money?
They buy all this pre-made food and just sell it to the students. That is not creativity. Be creative.
Why can't they make food make it homemade or something?
They don't have the precious moment to do that.
Like, why do we have to eat crappy pre-made food?
I mean, pre-made food is no good. It's just a bunch of all they serve is empty carb processed meals at school. Their meals, I mean, they don't even let people have many vegetables and fruits. They only let people have one little Macintosh apple, and they only let people have a handful of salad. And the bacon bits look nasty. The bacon bits look like bricks. Look like pencil shavings, literally. And the fake bacon bits look nasty, and they taste nasty. And there's barely any, and salad dressing is garbage. They have that goopy ranch dressing masquerading as food. Ugh. And there's barely any options. All they have is lettuce and a few vegetables. Even Pizza Hut's salad bar is better than this. And we thought Pizza Hut was garbage. No offense to the people who like Pizza Hut, which plenty of people don't like Pizza Hut.
I respect your opinion, bud.
I mean, we just go to Pizza Hut to eat as much food as we want for lunch. That's the only reason for going to Pizza Hut. But it's alright, man. You can like Pizza Hut. It's just your opinion. But come on, school lunches. They're starving. They're depriving their students of food. It's like they throw away all that food that could have been used also.
Most of school lunches suck.
And they don't even let people have that much food. It's like they let people have like one little piece of fruit, a little serving of salad, and that's it. And you want to know something that happened back in freshman year of high school? They complained that a student took too much salad and too much fruit. They're supposed to have a lot of salad. It's Salad is what helps people stay full so they don't overeat the main dish. Do they expect people to gain weight tremendously? It's like, what on earth, school?
What on earth, school?
Bad school, bad. And why on earth? Let's see what else is wrong with school. It's like, why don't they just why don't at school they let college students have refills on soda and whatnot? And they should have tea. And why can't they let students have free coffee and tea? It's not free, but it's cheap. A tea bag is like 5 to 10 cents, at most 10 cents. Usually probably about 5 cents, depending on where one buys it. If they buy it like, yeah. Those tea bags are between a nickel to a dime each, and they can make plenty of iced tea out of that. They can make like at least 32 ounces of iced tea out of one tea bag. And coffee is cheap too. Beverages are the most profitable product of the restaurant. Yet they don't treat it like, yet they exploit it, and they don't even let people. I mean, tea's supposed. Why can't people just have as much tea as they want? Tea's supposed to make people not overeat. Hot tea holds one's appetite and saves hunger pangs. The school didn't even think of that because they're not well educated, sadly.
Just final words to avoid the school lunches like the plague.
Stay away from school. Unless people on free lunch, stay away from school lunches. A school lunch is their enemy, not their friend. And no offense to the people who like some of the school lunches, like the taco salad, but done with school lunch. School lunch deserves to have a bad reputation for life. We're done with your school lunch. Just your embarrassment to what the food is supposed to be. Sorry for rambling, gentlemen. Apologies for that.
Are you ready to do a next topic here? The movies they sell.
Oh no, the movies are these. Mr. Catholic, Mr. Devinney, these movies makes one so mad. It makes one want to cringe. It makes one want to throw a rock at their teacher. It makes one want to throw a rock at the window. It makes one want to take down a wall. It makes one want to scream, and it makes one want to just go to the bathroom for 1 hour without a rest. It makes one want to run away from the school and not come back. It makes one want to kick the desk and throw the desk at somebody. It makes one want to throw a pie at their enemy's face, despite if it costs $12. Heck, even makes one want to start a fight in school. It makes one want to just rape somebody. It makes one want to set their school building on fire. It makes one want to rip up the textbook and throw it at their teacher's face. It makes one mad. All right. These movies are the worst movies of all time. Troy, what is one of the worst movies they've ever played in school? Home on the Range.
In second school, they were playing Home on the Range.
What on earth? Do not play kiddie films. That was one of the worst films of all time. Like Homo on the Rape. That's what it should be called. Who even remembers that movie? Probably nobody even remembers that movie at all. Except us, sadly.
Why do people
Why are they playing inappropriate
movies?
Why are they playing kiddie movies in school? One comes to school to learn, not to play. People do not go to school to play with themselves. People go to school to get an education and to increase their skills and what they're learning in. Seriously, the school doesn't even take that serious enough. They have the nerve to play kiddie movies when there's supposed to be a lesson going on in the middle of class.
Oh, they coming around just for a 2-year-old?
Yeah, that movie is for toddlers. And yet they thought it was funny, it was cute to play that in school, at elementary school. No. Nobody even likes that movie that one knows of. Wow, school. Thanks a lot, school. Way to go. Wasting one's education on a kiddie movie that does not teach kids anything about what they're supposed to learn for life.
Oliver, guess what they play? Guess what they played on the last day of school?
What did they play?
They played Turbo.
Ew! More like turbo. More like turbo.
Like on the last day of school and one of the classes they played Turbo.
What on earth? More like turd boob. Turbo doesn't even teach anything to kids. It just teaches kids how to be whiny little bratty losers. That's all it does. Be right back. I just have to get a sip of water.
Just don't give up money. Oh, Kiddie George.
What are some other movies that played in school that you guys hate the most?
I just mentioned Kiddie George.
Oh, they play that in 6th grade, and yet people love the movie. Like how? That movie was boring. That was one of the worst movies of all time. It even makes the Curious George series likable, which that shows is boring now. Like, what were they thinking when they played that film?
About the freaking money and that's it. A couple times at my school they played old movies. Like I mean old.
They need to seriously do not ever air those movies again. These movies that film is one of the worst films. And yet they had the nerve to play that in school?
They played it in my school in 8th grade.
Oh, wow. Thanks a lot, school.
What's next? Are they gonna play Frozen?
If they ever dare play Frozen, somebody is gonna get hit in the head with the baseball bat and slapped on the rear end if they ever play that movie in school. Slap them upside the head if that movie even dares hit school grounds. These movies need to be banned from school. They need to punish the school for airing those movies. What's that?
Guys, guess what's coming out pretty soon?
What?
A sequel to Wreck-It Ralph 2.
No! Don't do that.
Not a second sequel to Wreck-It
They
Ralph.
better not play that in school. They do not need.
About the money.
These films should have been set on fire. Snap those DVDs in half, school. Do not even think about playing those in school. That was inappropriate.
But they don't use VHS anymore. Now they're just using crappy DVDs.
It's like almost nobody even appreciates VHS tapes anymore. VHS tapes played an important role in life, and now they're forgotten of and bashed on.
Why is it you crappy DVDs from now on?
School, they're gonna be in serious trouble if they ever met us. The school is not doing its job properly. The school's job is to educate people, not show them playful movies. Done with you, school. We're done with you.
They need to play our movies.
Play actual movies that actually teach people, not these lame kiddie movies.
What are we supposed to learn from Wreck-It Ralph?
Nothing! It doesn't teach anything! It just teaches people how to get bored easily, and how to just want to go to the bathroom for an hour and just sit there and have diarrhea. That's all it teaches people.
they want kids. They need to play music up.
They need to play erotic movies instead. Play erotic movies, for crying out loud, not this kiddie nonsense.
Play Pulp Fiction. You know what? I'll tell you what that movie teaches. It teaches kids that's all right to destroy things.
It just teaches kids how to get obese and just to sit on their rear end all day and just play video games for 10 hours non-stop. And it just teaches kids how to be ugly, and Wreck-It Ralph is ugly too, and his voice is ear-raping. And the music is this modern day music that makes one want to just set a town on fire. That is one of the worst movies of all time. Never want to see that movie ever. In 1,000 years. And it teaches kids to destroy stuff.
Why is it making a second Wreck-It Ralph? Why? They want to care about money and assets.
That's sad. They actually want to play these films. These films, people came to school, all the way to school, just to see a film, just to see a kiddie film. That is so lame. That is so kindergarten.
Campuses play all movies in 12th grade.
They don't even play kids' films in high school, thank goodness. Want to know something, though, about high school? You guys might like this show, even personally don't. In French class, on the last day of French class, while a teacher had to ask questions in French to students, and students had to answer back in French. That was AP French. All the students, especially the girls, wanted to see Adventure Time on Netflix, and that's all they cared to watch. They didn't even want to watch anything else other than Adventure Time. Why? Adventure Time doesn't teach us anything. It just teaches kids how to live in their fantasy world and be stuck in it. Bacaro. Bacaro. That means retard in Japanese. Bacaro. In What on Earth School? Adventure Time is not educational. That's a show for 2-year-olds. And Netflix, why is there Netflix in school? Netflix has nothing on it. Nothing. Sorry for yelling. Sorry for this yelling, but...
It's like every time in school, like last year, we have this thing called incentives where, like, it's like a day where, like, we get to goof off and stuff and we don't do anything. Well, all they do on those incentive days are they play crappy movies on Netflix.
Why? What kind of movies did they play on Netflix, Zach? Tell us now. What movies did they even
played like Frozen.
Big
Hero 6 did not play.
They better not play Big Hero 6 in school. That doesn't teach kids anything except to be superheroes, and nobody's a freaking superhero. They better not play Big Hero 6.
Rap's movie. Hey. Why? It's like once. Why are they playing it?
Why are they showing Netflix to school? Netflix has literally nothing. Netflix has no erotic movies. They have nothing. It's just a little bit of kiddie stuff and a bunch of boring movies. Netflix isn't even worth having.
It's like, why do you have to play these kiddie movies in middle school?
We're in middle school. One is in middle school. We're not in elementary school. Sorry about that. Computer problem again.
It's like, come on. School. Play erotic movies.
It's like school they don't even care if their kids are learning or not. The teachers should be in jail for this. It's like they don't even care if their students are learning anything. And yet parents pay tax money to see their kids watching kiddie films. We paid our parents are taxpayers. They paid taxes to have their kids become knowledgeable freaks, not to be wasting their lesson on kiddie films and is sleeping in school. That is not what school is for. Ugh. Can people get through this to their thick skulls? These numbskulls?
Heck, even on those incentive days, the teachers didn't even care what we did.
It's like, why did they make people go to school then? It's like people are not in school to play with their phones and watch movies. They're in school to write, to have writing skills, speaking skills, and to learn how to live on their own. That is not what a movie does.
That's all we did on those days was watch crappy movies and play on our cell phones all day.
We did not come to school to play on our cell phones. What on earth?
That's all we did, and the only other thing we did was have gym class, and that's about it.
They made us go to gym class?
We're doing gym next.
Oh, we're not done yet with the movies, though. We still got some more movies to talk about. Guys,
it's like, come on.
They made us watch Everybody's Hero in 6th grade. That was the most boring movie ever. It's just a little white kid with his talking baseball that has underwear and goes on a trip to save baseball. That's it. And the only good movie we got to watch was Wallace and Gromit, Curse the Were-Rabbit, and the 3 Wallace and Gromit short films. That was it. Everything else blew. And we had to watch the whole film, and that film sucked. The book was okay, but the film sucked.
It's like, come on, why are they even making us go to school? All we're gonna do is have playtime all day.
We do not go to middle school to have playtime. One goes to middle school to learn. It's like middle school isn't even teaching anything except math. All they teach is pre-algebra. That's it. They almost taught nothing. No aspects of what one was supposed to learn for high school. They did a poor job prepping people for high school.
Last year in math, they didn't even teach us new material. They just went over the previous lessons from 5th grade.
Do you want to know something, though? At least in 7th grade, they actually finally start teaching new material in 7th grade. But they wasted 6th grade teaching nothing. Like, why did they even make people go to math class then? Sorry we're getting off topic from the movies, but these topics are serious.
It's like, come on, why are you teaching us math we already knew from the previous year?
People are just going to get straight A's for no reason at all then.
It's like, come on. The movies they need to play.
These movies need to be set on fire. Here's what needs to happen. People need to get a permanent Sharpie with those DVDs or Blu-rays. They need to scratch up the DVD so it no longer works with their sharp fingernails, 3-inch fingernails. They need to lick the surface of the DVD, and they need to get a black permanent Sharpie and scribble butts all over it, scribble porn all over it, whatever. And they need to snap them in half. They need to set the cases on fire and step all over them. And they need to set the pieces of the CD on fire, the aftermath of it. And they need to just forget they even exist and stick to VHS tapes and show proper films. Do you guys want to know?
That's all the teachers cared about in 6th grade was movies.
Bad school. Sorry for doing these loud noises, but we're going to yell at school until they fix their dead brain cells. Until they get into their thick skull.
They might as well call it play school or something.
Go to freaking preschool. It's like, this is as bad as preschool.
Yeah, I mean, all we did was watch movies and go to our exploratory classes, like gym class and stuff. That's all we did.
Gym class teaches nothing! And we're going to get to gym class a little later, though, but here, what are some other movies they played? They played Madagascar 2 and 8th grade Earth Science.
Ew.
That movie doesn't teach anything except to beat up animals and die. That's all it teaches people to do is die. And they showed Journey to the Center of the Earth. That movie sucked. The old one was good. The new one from 2008 was terrible. And except that one girl was hot, and that was about it. And they showed us Bolt, and that movie sucked too.
It's like, why do they care so much about these crappy
The only
movies?
okay film they showed us was School of Rock. That was the only okay film they showed us in 8th
It's like,
grade. And at least they showed us Bill Nye the Science Guy. Now, Bill Nye the Science Guy is cool. Has social skills. That was it. Wallace and Gromit, the three original, Wallace and Gromit, Curse the Were-Rabbit, Bill Nye the Science Guy, and School of Rock were the only, and they showed us, you know, Schoolhouse Rock from 1975. They showed us that in 6th grade. Those are the only redeemable shows, and they showed us Charlie Brown maybe once. And Charlie Brown actually has a little educational value at least. And that's all they showed us.
All my classes in 6th grade were horrible. English, all we did was do a little bit of quick writes, and then we basically watched movies in English. Science, we just played around and did science experiments.
They played around with private parts. That's all they do in science, is play around with private parts. All they do is finger buttholes.
And guess what? They gave us some textbooks, like these paper textbooks.
What on earth are they doing with text? Oh, we're gonna rant on the textbooks later on in the rant too.
But like, it was useless because we barely even used those.
What does school have to say for themselves?
It was useless. Why give us those textbooks if we didn't even use them that much?
What on earth is wrong with school? Did their mom drop them on the floor when they were babies? Did their head get hit with a brick when they were babies? It's like, what was the school district thinking? They waste money on those school textbooks. They force people to check them out and use them, yet they didn't even use them at all. Why did they even buy them in the first place? And sorry for all this yelling.
We'll get to that topic in a bit. I kind of want to talk about movies they need to show.
Yes, please. We're going to spend the last 13 minutes of this rant talking about the movies they need to show. And we're going to be doing a second part to this rant, gentlemen. Do you care to do a second rant on this?
You know what was one of the most boring classes last year? Reading. All we did
was recess. Read. Oh, we're going to rant on recess later on.
One time we read, our reading teacher told us to read for the whole period.
And they don't even make people. And all people read is picture books. Picture books just don't even teach anything. Why did they do that? All right, they need to show proper movies, including educational National Geographic films. Have you guys ever watched a National Geographic film before? That's what they need to be showing. They need to be showing documentaries and educational films about nature and history. At least they showed a little bit about history. That's all they need to be showing. No more kids' films and no Clifford the Big Red Dog nonsense.
Here's another thing we did in English. This is kind of off topic, but they made us do these crappy debates. Like, we used to watch these videos of debates, should they put warning labels on sugary drinks? And they made us write a freaking essay on it.
What on earth? And they didn't even change anything. It's like the school didn't even change that. Despite how many sugary drinks there are, the school didn't even listen at all. We tell them we don't want to go to gym class. They don't listen, for example. The school all they do is flap their All they do is open their big mouth, they flap their jaws, they talk too much, they don't cease their yammering, and they don't even execute their plans. Shut up, school, and go away and get set on fire and die and get buried in a freaking graveyard 100 feet under sea level. Sorry about that, gentlemen.
So erotic movies in school.
Actually show porn in school instead. No, there's certain types of porn that suck, but show, at least erotic movies teach us how to have sex and how nudity is fun. Show erotic movies, show documentaries on history and nature, and show
content.
And show us national anthems too. Make us memorize the national anthems of every country.
Guess what they did? In 6th grade, we had like this one time, and we had this like we had to do this like this health unit, and it was just we had this health unit, and they were like watching like we had to watch like we had to watch videos that were like similar to porn.
We didn't even get to do that senior year in health, sadly. I wish we... Percy would rather watch porn and this garbage at school.
It's like, that's not even science.
That's not even biology. They're not even teaching us about the sex organs. They're not even teaching us about the reproductive system in school. Until they should have taught us the reproductive system in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. They shouldn't have waited until biology class in 9th or 10th grade to do that.
And they need to show the freaking movie to us. Like, they need to play Home Alone 1 and 2. They need to play Pulp Fiction. They need to play Goodfellas. They need to play Casino. They need to play Fight Club, etc. We're not learning anything from these crappy movies. Like, at least the movies I mentioned had educational value, not to school, but to adults.
The school doesn't even care at all. The school doesn't even care at all what they're learning. It's like the school doesn't even care if the students are learning or not. They just want their students to pass, and that's it. They teach the bare minimum of everything there is to teach. In the movies, they need to be teaching people about proper movies. They need to actually indoctrinate the students into knowing what films to watch and not what to watch. They need to actually not waste... In 6th grade, all people do is watch films. That's not what we went to school for. We didn't go to school to watch films. We went to school to learn how to write and read and write. It's like we didn't even learn anything.
It seems like the first year of middle school, 6th grade, they didn't do anything. It was basically like preschool.
Everybody just got a passing grade because of that. And didn't even care. It's like the school didn't even know what they were doing, what was wrong. They just like, oh, yeah, let's do this. Yeah, we're done. Cool. No, school. No, no, no. That is unacceptable.
Like, they need to play Home Alone. They need to play Goodfellas. They need to play Casino. They need to play Fight Club. They need to play Pulp Fiction, etc. They need to stop on these freaking kiddie movies for 2-year-olds. Ridiculous. I mean,
this is BS. This is bull.
Everyone in the 6th grade loved the movies.
How?
School.
School. We're not sure what we're going to do yet with this garbage, but we're probably going to have a sequel to this.
I hope this upcoming year they don't do the same thing like they did last year.
And by the way, guys, we're going to take a little break before doing part 2 to this. Just a little bit tired, but that's off topic. Sorry about that. School. We are done with school. We don't even want to be associated with school ever again for this.
You know what? I'm gonna get really pissed off if they do the same thing they did last year. I hope the 7th and 8th grade teachers at least have brains.
It's like, why did you even go to? Why are they just making us screw around and slack off? We're just sitting there watching movies. That's all 6th grade does. They said, fine, everyone's going to get A's and B's and C's. And 6th grade isn't even teaching anything. It's like, why waste a year of school? Why people go to school if they're just going to waste a year doing nothing? Thank goodness we're almost done with this rant. We have like 5 minutes left for this rant. But Catholic had experience of terrible school. Troy devinney has, and personally, Tyler Black would be ranting with us too if he wasn't grounded. That's the reason why he's not here. Sadly.
He's just busy with me just collecting videos.
No, he said he was grounded from Skyping. That's the reason why. But he can make videos still. We are disgusted with this nonsense.
One of the worst grades ever is 6th grade.
6th grade teaches nothing. Everybody gets good grades, and that's it.
It's like, why waste a whole year of just movies?
These movies are poo. I mean,
the worst grade in my opinion is the 2nd grade.
Even Boobas has more entertainment than these kiddie movies. And people hate Boobas. And they showed us Sesame Street once. And there was Elmo's World. They actually showed us a CD from Sesame Street, though. What else did they show us from school? Just thinking real quick. They actually showed us Thomas the Tank Engine once in Global History 10.
Okay, I know it's this time fall middle school, but guess what we did in 5th grade?
Yeah, we can talk about that, sure.
We went into the 1st grade classroom, and we had to watch little kiddie shows with the little 1st graders.
Ew! Why are we sitting just reading picture books? Ew, picture books. Ew.
Yeah, we had to watch like Sesame Street and everything. Ew, in my 2nd grade, we had to watch Home on the Range in the 1st grade class.
No! Oh!
Oh, that reminds me. When I was in 2nd grade, we got paired up, and for science we got paired up, and we had to do it was basically like a mixture. Our science class was huge because it was a mixture of us and the 1st graders when I was in 2nd grade. It was basically 2 grades combining for science. And I'm sitting here going, hey, guess how many kids were in there? There was over 50 kids.
What on earth? Are they expecting that much space to be taken?
Yeah, they were combining the 1st grade and the 2nd grade together. Why do school give them money? What's with all those combo classes in elementary school?
It's like, what on earth?
Combining 2 grades together. For example, when I was in 4th grade, I was combined with 3rd graders. It was a 3-4 combo. Ew. When we watched the movie 2nd grade, there were 1,000 1st graders. Oh, and the same thing happened when I was in 5th grade. We were combined with 4th grade, 4-5 combos.
Oh, what on earth?
I know. Nicholas, why are you combining 2 grades together?
That is bull. It's like they're not even going to get any education now. Now they're not going to learn anything because of that travesty.
Guess what? In those 2 grades, when I was in 4th grade, it was 3rd grade all over again. And when I was in 5th grade, it was 4th grade all over again. And in my 2nd grade, it was in 1st grade all over again.
By the way, guys, we have only 30 seconds left, so we're going to have to wrap this up, sadly.
Ugh. Bottom line is, school needs to stop with these dumb kiddie movies.
Yes, and we only have 20 seconds left in this rant, sadly. But school, there will be a sequel to this rant. Anything else to say? So we have to wrap up. So this is Mr. Hata signing off. Peace out. Yeah, good night. Anything else for you to say, gentlemen? We have 10 seconds left.
No.
All right. But there will be a sequel to this rant. Just 5 seconds left. And we're about to end this.